So this is something a little bit different. I don't tend to do this sort of content often on my channel, but I am so excited for the Premier League season, which is about to start in a few hours. I am so excited. I can't wait to just sit down in front of the TV and watch a Premier League game. It's going to be awesome. So let's predict the league table. Feel free to leave your comments below of your predictions, and I'm sure I'm going to get a little bit of hate. I'm not a pundit. I'm not like a professional football fanatic or something. I just enjoy football. I'm sure a few supporters will be angry with my suggestions and my predictions. I'm sorry, this is what I'm going to predict. I'm a West Ham fan. I'm probably biased in some way. I'm sorry. Let's just jump in and let's go to the very bottom of the league. 20th place will be Huddersfield. I'm sorry, Huddersfield. It's a great achievement you even got in this league, but they're not signing enough quality. I do rate their manager, but I just feel like they're going to get relegated, be in the bottom three, and yeah, which is unfortunate. Unless they sign some good players and show real fighting spirit, it could happen. They could stay up, but it's unlikely. The next one might surprise you. I think Swansea will be in 19th place and will get relegated. Yeah, that's a pretty big suggestion. Basically, Swansea have been lucky a lot recently, the last few years. And I think one player has kept them up, and that is Sigurdsson. And I think he's going to be sold. He's actually fit, raring to go. He can play a game, but he's not actually in the starting squad for the first Premier League game. So that suggests he's going to move to Everton for roughly 50 million. And I think Swansea are going to struggle really badly. So I think 19th or even 20th. I think they may be relegated by Christmas. That's how bad I think it could go. Again, the next one might surprise you. So this is 18th place. I think Watford will go down and be in 18th place this year. Why is that? Again, I think they've been a little bit lucky to not be relegated last year or the year before. I just feel like they just lack quality. There's no real quality players. I think Deeney's okay as a striker. They just signed Gray, which I think is pretty good. They've got good strikers, but the midfield looks quite weak to me. Defence looks quite weak. Goalkeeper's getting quite old as well. I don't know what to say. I think Watford just not good enough for the Premier League right now. They need to sign some good players, otherwise they're going down. So I could have easily put this next team in the bottom three completely, understand that, but I just feel like they got a really good manager under Chris. I think he can really sort of push them to sort of just overachieve. And they're going to sign a few more players, I think. They've always spent a little bit of money already, and they've got a little bit of quality there for sure. I've heard rumours about Snodgrass going to Brighton as well. I just think they're going to push above where they probably should end up and just survive relegation, just about. I mean, literally by like the end day of the season, by like 1 point, it's going to be very close. So next up is 16th place, and that will be Burnley. This is a team I'm very concerned about. Their squad lacks depth. It's a very small squad. Again, lacks quality, lacks signings. They've just sold Gray as well, which is one of their best strikers for sure, alongside Vokes. Sean Dyche, I rate very much. Probably a very traditional English manager. Very good, very underrated. He'll just about keep them safe. A few more signings are definitely needed, but again, I think they might struggle to they'll probably hover around 15th and 20th for a little bit, but they will survive. I think they will. So roughly 16th place. Another team struggling to get some decent transfers is Newcastle, and I think they end up in 15th place. Rafa is one of the best managers I've ever seen. He is so good. I know he's known for that crazy press conference and stuff. Anyway, he's a great manager. And Newcastle do have some quality for sure, but they do need to get some more signings just to confirm safety. But I reckon 15th place is where they end up. I like Newcastle, really passionate fans, a great stadium. They're a Premier League side for sure, but let's got to try and sort out their team, get the finances in order as well. Maybe a takeover. But Newcastle, I've always liked them for sure. They sort of remind me a little bit of West Ham fans. They're very passionate. Newcastle will be 15th place. So next up is 14th place, and I've gone with Crystal Palace. I find them really hard to sort of put down on my table. I don't know where they're going to end up. They're fairly unpredictable. They have some real quality in Benteke up front. Zaha is actually in my Final Fantasy team, so that's how much I rate him. Townsend, they got a lot of speed. Slightly worried about their defence. I don't think their defence is good enough right now. A few more signings are definitely needed. They've signed a few youngsters, players for the future. They need some real quality that's going to go straight into the starting lineup and beef that defence up. Yeah, a little bit worried about Crystal Palace, but I think they will definitely survive. Just a little bit shaky with the manager. The defence looks a bit weak, but they do have a bit of quality, and that's for sure. No doubt in that. They do score goals, but the defence is just shaky. Next up is Stoke in 13th place. I rate Butland a lot in goal. Really quality goalkeeper. They've signed Zuma from Chelsea on loan, and that really does beef their defence. Got Shawcross and Zuma. That is awesome. That is an awesome defence. Like a little bit of quality in the midfield. They signed Fletcher from West Brom. Peter Crouch is still going. I mean, just get crosses in. He can score goals. But for me, Berahino has to have a good season. He has to score goals for Stoke. Otherwise, Stoke could be in trouble for sure. But they have really good defence, a great goalkeeper. I think they survive. Mark Hughes is good enough to keep them up. So next up is 12th place, and this is Bournemouth. They've spent a lot of money already on the transfer window, and they got such an extremely good attacking force. King from last season, owned last season, scored so many goals. Defoe as well. Those two up front will kick ass. They'll score a lot of goals. They still have a slight worry in defence, I think, but they got a brand new goalkeeper. Chelsea's goalkeeper from last season, their second goalkeeper, has now come over to Bournemouth, and I think that's a good signing as well. I think they're going to have a good season. They could easily go above 12, easily, if they perhaps sign a few more players, perhaps in the defence area. But yeah, they're going to have a very good season, especially in terms of goals. Lots and lots of goals for Bournemouth. They're going to scare defenders. And then we go to 11th, which is normally the most painful position because you want to be in that top half. But I've gone with Southampton. It sounds like Van Dijk is going to go to Liverpool at some point. They're trying to agree a transfer fee for pretty much the whole of the summer. But he's basically just saying, I'm not going to play for Southampton anymore. Sorry, basically. I mean, they got Austin Long. Is it Gabardine? I don't know how to say his name. But the quality signing from January last season, he is so good. I really like watching him. Redmond, I think I've said that already. Tadic. There's still some quality in that side for sure. But they've really got to stop just sending players to Liverpool. Just try and keep their good players. That's all we can say. Next up, we have West Brom, and Tony Pulis always seems to be able to organise this side to get draws, just points and wins. I don't know how he does it, but the side looks... I'm looking at their team right now, and it does look quite small, which is a slight concern. But they've got Rondon, they've got Foster in goal. I don't know how he does it, but Tony Pulis always has a very well-organised side, and I think 10th place is definitely achievable again. Could definitely do with some funds and potentially some more transfers just to put into that squad for sure. It does look very, very small. But yeah, I predict 10th place. Next up is 9th place, and this is Leicester City. I think they have a very, very solid season. I'm incredibly impressed by their signing of Iheanacho. I think that is such a good signing. He has the best minute-to-goal ratio of anyone in the league, which is just unreal. Such a good player, still very, very young. Him and Vardy up front is just scary. So much pace and just goals. Lots and lots of goals. Mahrez could leave for Roma. He's still a quality player, despite the fact last season he did go missing a little bit. He's still a fantastic player, and I think they've got to try and keep him because they do lack that little bit of quality in midfield. I think Gray might have a good season as well. Drinkwater might be moving to Chelsea, which is a bit of a random signing. But yeah, I think Leicester will have a very, very good season. And I'm scared when West Ham face them, for sure. A very scary team. Iheanacho and Vardy up front. Wow. And this is when it starts to get a little bit tricky. So this is 8th place. And I've gone with Everton. So Lukaku has gone. He has gone to Manchester, which is fine. But you replaced him with Rooney, who could have a great season, maybe. Sandro could be a great signing. Again, I don't know. There's a big rumor about Sigurdsson coming to Everton as well for 50 million, which is an obscene amount. But obviously that'd be a great midfielder, a great centre mid. Barkley, there's loads of rumours about him wanting to leave, go to a better club, get more money. That's going to upset the squad. Seamus Coleman is still injured. Pickford is still a slightly unknown quantity as well. I feel like they may struggle a little bit. I don't know. I feel like I'm slightly biased towards Everton. I'm not their biggest fan for sure. So next up is a 7th place. And I realise this might surprise some of you guys. Well, maybe, I don't know. I mean, this is the team I support. I'm probably going to be slightly biased. I'm sorry. But 7th place will be West Ham United. Yes. So why have I decided to go with 7th place? We've made some incredible signings. Joe Hart, he's a quality goalkeeper, but he's got to try and iron out those mistakes and be a little bit better on the ball as well. And for me, it's probably one of the best signings of the summer. Hernandez, like honestly, this is such a good signing, such good value. He scores goals, whatever club he goes to, whatever league he goes to, he just scores goals. He could easily score 15, 20 goals this season. And I think that's what we lacked last season, obviously the year before that as well. A quality goal scorer, which is fit all the time. Hopefully he's fit. I mean, I don't like curse him or anything, but hopefully he can stay fit, score goals, and really just push us up the table. I'm probably going to say this name wrong. I think I've said it wrong already. Ivanovic. I can't say his name. I don't know why I can't say it. It's just left my head. But again, quality signing from Stoke. Has goals in him, but does have the occasional off game. So that's a little bit of a worry. I'm not going to lie. But being with like a brand new team and hopefully got to try and like prove himself all over again, he'd have a pretty solid season, I hope. Also, I think Nazzini is one of the most underrated players in the Premier League. Such a great player. Apparently he's injured for a couple of games, but he'll come back. He's so skillful in the ball. He's great at passing. He's got a goal in him as well. Very excited about this season, but I am slightly worried about Joe Hart and also our centre-backs. I think our centre-backs are definitely weak. I think Obama is one of the most overrated players I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't like him at all. I'm hoping Font has a slightly better season than last season, and him and Reed can partner up and do well. Slightly worried if Chicharito does get injured, we have Carroll and Sacco, which are also injured. So, yeah, we're slightly doomed in that department. Perhaps another centre mid as well, or like a sort of defensive midfielder would be good. But yeah, excited for this new season for sure. I predict Tottenham or Spurs will come 6th. I know that's going to surprise a lot of people, and I'm sorry Spurs fans, but I think it's going to be a hard season. I'm not going to lie. Being at Wembley at home, every game. So basically every game at home will turn into a big occasion for the away team. So say like Huddersfield or Brighton to come to Wembley and play against Spurs on this massive pitch. It's just going to give like a little bit of like extra oomph, a little bit more incentive, motivation to beat Spurs and to have like a really good result. And I think Spurs are really going to struggle with the bigger pitch. Also, Danny Rose recently done like an interview saying, I want my money. We're not going to win trophies. We're not signing enough players. And basically just slandering the club and the chairman, which is not good. Also, they're not really signed any new players at all. So if Harry Kane gets injured again, they're so reliant on Harry Kane to have another good season. It's insane. Which is not going to happen every season. He's a human being. He might have like an off season. He might get injured. I don't see Harry Kane scoring over 20 goals again. It's not going to happen. The next one is 5th place, of course. And again, this might surprise some people. This top 6 is so hard to get right. It's so tricky. I've gone for Chelsea. Yeah, that's going to surprise a lot of people. Why is that? I'm not sure. I think just the fact Costa's going. Morata, I think, is going to struggle up front. Not really signing any players, really. Also, with the Champions League as well, their squad is quite small. Also, that's actually Spurs as well. Spurs has a really good starting squad, but not a good sub-bench or a squad overall. It's quite small. Anyway, back to Chelsea. Hazard is already injured. Costa is leaving. They tried to get Lukaku, but they couldn't get him. It's going to be a hard season, for sure. It's going to be a very long, hard season. I think Conte is a little bit stressed out already. He's not getting the transfers he wants or the transfer budget he wants. It's just, I can't see it going well. Now we go into those Champions League positions, which I know are so important for every club. It guarantees so much money. And 4th place is Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool are going to go in 4th place. Coutinho could leave the club, which obviously would be a massive factor for Liverpool. I think he's a little bit overrated, if I'm being honest, but he's still a very important player for Liverpool, for sure. Up front again is a slight worry. Sturridge is injured already. I mean, he literally scored a goal and got injured, which is just so unfortunate. I love Sturridge. He's such a fast, quick player, can score goals for days. But he just had so much. He's just been so unlucky with injuries. Firmino will be starting up front then, I guess. I just see them doing well, but not winning the league. And then we come to third place. Again, this is getting difficult. This is getting very, very, very hard. Manchester, I think, will come third place. Lukaku, again, a great signing. And it sounds like Ibra might be signing for them as well. So Lukaku, Ibra up front, which is just going to be... That's going to be mental. So Magic will also be a great signing from Chelsea. Alongside Pogba. That centre part of that team will be solid. Absolutely solid. With Lukaku up front, scoring goals for days. Manchester could easily win the title. There's no doubt in that at all. I rate Jose Mourinho a lot. Got literally probably the best goalkeeper in the world as well. Or first or second. They're going to do well for sure. There's no doubt in that. But I think third place will be where they end up. I think it's going to be incredibly tight between that top 5, that top 6. So next up is second place. And this is severely dependent on one thing. If they can keep Sanchez, apparently they just offered him 300,000 a week. I mean, that's the signing that you could possibly sell, get a little bit of money, but irreplaceable. It is so good, like that good. And of course, the big signing for me, Lacazette, is I love Lacazette. I was so dying for West Ham to sign him last season. It's probably impossible, but a great signing. Sort of reminds me a little bit of Henry. Got pace, can score a goal so easily. I think he's gonna do so well at Arsenal. I bet they're gonna have a very, 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 very solid season. I really look at that defender actually as well. I can't remember his name or even how to pronounce it. He was like really big fella, scored a goal. He looks really solid. A great signing as well. They do need a little bit more in the midfield. I think they're lacking a little bit. They've got a few injuries still as well. But as long as they can keep Sanchez, I think they can have a really good season. I still can't believe this next team spent 50 million on Walker. I can't quite believe it. Anyway, so I think the champions of the Premier League this season will be Manchester City. They spent so much money on their defence. They have to win. They have to win it. They spend so much money every year. And a brand new goalkeeper. So Bravo will hopefully not be their number one because Bravo was so bad, like just shocking. Henderson is now their new goalkeeper. Company and Stones in midfield alongside Walker and perhaps Mendy. It's going to be a great back four. And let's talk about their attacking threat. It's just insane. Aguero alongside Jesus. It's just going to be insane. De Bruyne, Sterling, Silva, Torre. It's just a great midfield, a great attacking threat. They're going to score goals and hopefully defend well. I can't see past Man City not winning this Premier League. I think they're going to win it. Hands down. 100%. Let me know, guys, what do you think of my prediction? I probably said some player names wrong. I apologise. I'm so bad with names. It's shocking. I'm also Mane for Liverpool. I think he's going to have such a good season. So pacey. Got a goal in him as well. Like the pace on this guy is unreal. It's just going to destroy defences. That's why I put Liverpool in fourth place. So let me know, guys, your predictions in the comment section below. Do you think I'm sure some of you guys are going to disagree, especially with Tottenham, Everton, and Chelsea. That's going to be quite controversial. I'm fully aware, 100%. I'm 100% aware of that. I'm sorry. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you guys soon. If you guys want to see more stuff like this in the future, let me know as well. And bye-byes.